just made it to the trailhead. Let me show you the parking area. It's got a little fire set up. Cool stump there. There's the trailhead up there. Fork Ridge Trail. Looks like there might be another trail going that way. I'm gonna just take you out here to the road again and show you what I just drove across to get to this parking area. I mean, I already drove over a couple places where the water was crossing the road, and especially down at the very top front. But look at this. Wow. It's coming straight across the road. I just drove straight through that. I mean, it's not super deep, but it's rushing really hard. I don't know if it's coming across on camera very well, but it's just going straight across. It's only a couple inches deep. Look at that. Alright, I was going to show you on the map where I'm at. I'm just south of Greenville, south of the Horse Creek. We got Old Forge, Horse Creek, Margaret Falls, whatnot. And then I'm just south over here. Let's see. I'm at this parking spot right here. And I came up from... I crossed over the AT right here at Devil's Fork Gap, came on the 352 from Temple Hill off the 26 Temple Hill exit. 352 crossed over to, it's called 212. Switches over right here, and then drove and then made a right at this little Carmen. There's a church right there, and came up and drove up here all the way up the mountain. Parked right here. I'm going on Fork Ridge Trail up to Jerry Cabin. It's Andrew Johnson Mountain, and then I'm also gonna go, I'm gonna see if I can make a ride onto the AT and go up to Coldspring Mountain. See about this big butt right here. And then back down. I don't even know what that mileage is, but I'm trying to record it. And I don't have any service whatsoever, so that'll be making things interesting today. I think it's about 38 degrees right now. It's supposed the high is 40 today, so it might be getting up close to 40. It's pretty much noon, early December 2016. Out for another solo hike. Fork Ridge. This thing connects up to the AT. Only got about a third of a mile. It's been straight uphill. Yeah, it doesn't really show up on video, but it's obvious that this trail hasn't been hiked in a long time, or maybe it's rarely hiked like ever. Oh man. And you can see that ridge up there. It's pretty sweet. There's a lot of good little medium sized pieces of blowdown. I've done probably about 10 already. Here's a pretty good sized one. You know what I say? Always leave the trail better than you found it, even if just a little bit. These branches that are falling in here are really crazy. It's like, oh, they got all this lichen all over it, but like a ton of it, and then look how long this shit is. That's really cool. Well, as I've been going straight up this trail, man, I just keep looking over at this ridge, and I just couldn't help it, so I had to get out the alt trails and look at it. And the trail that I'm on is going straight up to meet at the Appalachian Trail. And then what I was talking about is that ridge going across to Coldspring Mountain, right around there. And then I think right around there where that little bump is there is called Big Butt. And it looks like there's a little bit of frost up there. So I think it's about 4,700 feet. And I think I started at 2,500 feet, so it's a pretty good little climb I'm on today. And then it keeps going. That's Coldspring Mountain, I think, going across. And then there's this place called Cold Springs. And then there's like another like ridge that goes across this way. It goes even higher. This is how hard I'm breathing. That's looking straight behind me. That's down the path I just came up. Whew. I went down to a small gap. I thought I was already close to the top, but it was just a gap. And then it just immediately started climbing straight back up. Oh man, that was a climb. That climb was insane. Just showing you this ridge again. This is one that was to my right where I'm going. And I just came up to the top. I mean, I don't know how much more climb I have, but dang, I just went through some craziness. And it's really getting cold up here. That peak is fully frosted, it looks like. That's gonna be cool. I love when all the trees are empty of leaves, and then it's not like there's snow on the ground. Everything on the ground is just fall colors and leaves and stuff, and all the trees are just coated in white, kind of like those Christmas trees you can buy already sprayed white. The trees actually look like that up there, and I do believe that's where I'm going. Look how steep that's going up. That's up, 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 up. Down, 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 down. Should be almost close to the AT by now. I got a cool little sign here for Fork Ridge Trail. That's going back down. Let's see. This is saying hiker trail closed to motor vehicles, horses, and pack stock. I'm pretty sure this is hunting grounds. I mean, just based on what I know anyway, and based on that sign I saw out front, it said hunters use caution. But this is where the AT joins up. This is the first white blaze. There wasn't any signs marking this as the AT. Might be a little spur trail up to a main part, I'm not sure. But it's cold as shit up here. I was just trying to get the weather, but I did get cell service, but it's all weird and all 1xe and stuff. So I can't tell. Man, these mountain laurels are still thick and green up here. Went through a bunch of tunnels of mountain laurels on my way up. But I'm making a right onto the AT here, like I showed on the map earlier. And I'm gonna try to find this cabin, I think it's called Jerry Shelter, and probably stop and have lunch there. And shoot, I'm about to put my down outer shell back on. It's so cold I can see my breath. I don't know if I can get it on camera. I can see cabin here. I don't know if there's anybody here. The wind is so cold up here. Wow, look at this. This is cool. This I don't know where that goes. Looks like some kind of little windbreak. Maybe some wind's getting through. Cool little fire pit. Some benches, picnic table. It's a nice sized shelter. It's called Jerry's Cabin. I think it's a Jerry shelter on the map. Looks like a sign-in book and a broom. Of course, all the shelters are just covered in people's writings.
Yeah, I don't know how many other shelters have one. It's the only one I've ever seen.
Yeah. Usually they're real basic.
Yeah. That one that came up.
Well, I'm back on the trail. I didn't get a whole lot of footage from the Jerry shelter or Jerry's cabin because right when I got there, a couple of thru hikers got there too, so I put the phone away to talk to them. Michael and Matt, well, they're not through, they're section hiking. They're doing like a 3-day section right now, and they were camping there for the night. So I sat down and had lunch with them and chatted. They just came from the direction I'm going. This place that I wanted to get to is still a couple miles ahead of me, to top of Big Butt, top of Coldspring Mountain. I think there's a place called Big Rocks there. But that was a cool little encounter with those guys. And that cabin was really cool. I'd never seen a little trail shelter like that with a chimney or like a fireplace in it, so that was really cool. There's a fire ban right now for this whole area because all the wildfires this year, but maybe those guys can get a fire going in that little fireplace. Might be somewhat safe. The wind is really ripping up here. I had to put my outer shell back on. It's so cold. All my sweat dried off fast though, thanks to the merino wool. Whoa, look at this. Cool. Wow. This is a monster that fell down. Good Lord, look at that. Wow. Wow, the trail needs some work here. This tree is like still alive. Look at this thing. That's a big old blowdown. It's fresh. Look how green this pine is. You can see how white that. Damn, must have been a hard wind to make this thing break. Still being alive. Let's see if I can take a couple of these branches out with the old shetty. There we go. That looks better. I mean, I'm not getting that big while I got at the bottom, but definitely cleared the path. Just turned this switch back and just came up on this bald up here. I was seeing some grasses starting to line the sides of the trail back there. mean, look at that sky. Oh yeah, I forgot to give you my stats back there at the shelter. It was about 1900 feet climb over the course of like 2.5 miles, 2.25 miles from the parking to that shelter. I've climbed up a pretty good little mountain the last mile since I left the shelter. And I just came up on this grassy bald. Look at that sky. I mean, look at this field. There's some kind of really cool red stuff growing in between all the yellow dead grass. Wow, what a beautiful December day. I got to get a move on if I'm going to make it to this summit that I have set for myself. But this is just so beautiful. I can't stop recording it. Look at those clouds. The sun is setting though. I'm gonna run out of light on my way back, probably, but I've already decided that I'm trying to get to this big rocks. Wow, look at that view. This video does it no justice, but believe me, that looks like the ocean to the horizon, but it's just rolling hills all the way across there. Oh, look at that. Got some communication towers up there. I'll have to look on the map later and see what that is. And you can see mountain stacks behind there. God, it's beautiful. Look at the sky. Like eye level with some of these clouds. That is a crack. Look at that thing. Sitting here right next to the trail. It's hard to tell by the map, but it looks like we're about 4,900 feet right now. And there's a cool little plaque right here on the side of the trail. It says, look at that sun coming across. It says Howard F. Bassett, age 83, of CT, I guess that's Connecticut. Died November 9th, 1987. Hiked AT 1968. Ashes on this spot for 1988. That is so cool. But here's the trail ahead of me. And then this peak up ahead is completely frosted on that side. Oh yeah! Finally got to a place where the tops of the trees were frosted. All that time ago, I was showing you up on that ridge to the right of me where the trees were frosted. I made it. It's so cold up here. It's probably about 25 degrees. It's just freezing. Anytime I stop for a second, I start getting real cold. I'm on the Big Rocks Bypass spur trail. I'm hoping there's some kind of view here just to feel complete. It's almost 3:30. I gave myself till 3:30 to keep moving forward on the trail, and then I gotta turn back. So it's seeming like it's about perfect. And later I'll probably have to refuel on the trail. I don't think I'll have time for another break. It's mostly downhill on the way back, but there is still some uphill sections. So look at this. I'm guessing that's big rocks. I'll definitely have to be pulling my headlamp out probably towards the end of the trail when the sun starts setting. Yes, I made it. That's the sign for the other side. That continues on the AT. There's a white blaze. I'm gonna go up and see what glory is up here. Oh. Oh, wow, look how old this one is. Holy crap. You can't even hardly see it. Wow. That is corroded. It feels, it's like a, that's crazy. Oh, yes. Here's another one. This one looks a little better. They look really soft. Oh, yes! Look at that! Summit! That is Bays Mountain over there. I can see the little hump and swoop and flat. Oh my God. It is windy as shit up here. Whoa, lost my balance. Look at that. Holy shit. That is amazing. Wow. Oh my God. There's those communication towers I saw earlier. Wow, and there's just more rolling hills that way. This is what it looks like up on the mountain with the sun setting on the moss and ferns. It's a little natural pond up here that I missed when I came through. It's got a little tiny thin layer of ice on top on that side over there. Oh yes, I made it back down and I didn't even have to pull out the headlamp. Yes, what a great day. There was just enough daylight left to make it. Listen to that creek roaring. And look at that moon. Well, All Trails said I did 8.3 miles. About 2,300 feet climb. But anyhow, that was a good day. Thanks for coming along.